DIY Auto Repair.
All right, guys, and we are back. And we are here in a 2012 Honda Pilot. We got 152,593 miles on the clock. And the customer's complaint is he's got a lot of lights on the dash. So we had a check engine light, which was one of the complaints, but before we got the vehicle, customer stated he put full throttle and check engine light went away. But right now we still have a traction control light, the brake light, and the ABS light. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, guys. So like I said, we have a bunch of lights on the dash. That's our customer complaint. The check engine light, it brought up a code. I can't think it was a P0240 or something like that. I have it. I'll put it up there for you guys. But basically, it was a catalytic converter inefficiency code. It's went away. It hasn't come back. We've been driving it, but I've been concerned about all the brake lights on. So initially, I was thinking it was a wheel speed sensor. Was checking live data, driving. Couldn't really tell. Did some visual inspections. Everything looks good for the most part. It looks like we have... Sorry I didn't bring you guys along for this. Just trying to hurry up and get it diagnosed to see what we're going to do. But basically, the brake fluid looks a little bad. It's not horrible. The brakes are fine. But if we come over here to the scan tool, I'll show you guys what we did catch. Hopefully. So basically, as we were driving, we went ahead and recorded. We looked at all of our live data, our brake pressure sensor, our brake switch. Everything was working normally. But I finally caught... Let's go back here. Okay. So here we're going to go ahead and basically frame by frame play our recording. And this was in a straight line. So you notice now, let me go back, I missed it. Okay, so now we're at 0 on all 4 speed sensors, and our brake switch is on because we got our foot on the brake. Now our foot's off the brake, and we are now driving. And as you can see, we have 3 sensors that are reading 8, a value of 8, but our left front wheel speed sensor is not reading. We go to the next frame. Same thing. Next frame, we finally get a reading, but it's still significantly low compared to our other 3 sensors. So it looks like we have a faulty left front wheel speed sensor. So we're going to go ahead and present this to the customer. We do have a ABS control module code. Again, I'll go ahead and put that up here. Basically, it's saying that the hydraulic system is faulty. So we might have 2 problems going on here. We do have a bad wheel speed sensor that could be causing that fault code. So if we pop that new wheel speed sensor in, hopefully it'll go away. But there's always could be 2 problems. So we could probably have still the hydraulic problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and present this to our customer and see what he wants to do. As far as the check engine light, it hasn't came back. It was a catalytic inefficiency code. The O2 sensors look fine. Field trims look fine. For the most part. But I believe we have a bad cat. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and present this to the customer. I apologize I didn't take you guys along for the diagnostic procedure. Again, I was just trying to hurry up and get this fixed, diagnosed. If the customer wants to go ahead with the fix, we'll go ahead and bring you along for that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take the wheel off. So we're gonna go ahead and finish taking this off and we'll bring you right back. So we have the tire off and now we're looking at our wheel speed sensor. Goes up here and the connector, hopefully you guys will be able to see it, is right up here. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect it, and then we're gonna take our fastener off here. So we disconnected our wiring harness for our wheel speed sensor. Just push the tab and pull out, and as you can see here, this goes into the frame to hold it. And then if you come over here, we have one 10 millimeter bolt fastener holding it in, the wire here out of the way. So we're just going to take that out. So we got that one out. And now you have your last 10 millimeter fastener here. Crack that loose. Remove your 10 millimeter fastener. And then now you should be able to pop your sensor out. So here is our old. Looks pretty bad. So now we're gonna get out the new one, compare it, install it. So here's our new wheel speed sensor. It's by Duralast. It's gonna be part number SU11694. So you always wanna make sure and compare it to the old speed sensor. We went ahead and compared ours. Here's our new one. And our new one comes with the bracket, which is super nice. So we can come over here and actually remove this bracket. Initially I just took out, I pried open these bars here and removed the old one, but since our new one comes with the brand new bracket, we're gonna go ahead and remove this and install our new bracket. This is also gonna be a 10 millimeter, as you can see. So we're gonna get that removed. Another note is before you install your new one, go ahead and clean up this mating surface where your new speed sensor is gonna go. And if you could get down in there, maybe blow some air down in there and get all that out, that's also gonna help as well for a good fitment and no problems. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this bracket. We're gonna get the new one installed and we'll bring you right back. All right guys, so we got our new wheel speed sensor put back in, and hopefully you can see my fingers in the way. Got it connected. So it's important to note that just because they give you a new bracket doesn't mean you obviously have to use it. You want to make sure it's in the same orientation that it was. So if that new bracket is bent or it falls when you try to mount it, it doesn't mount correctly, or it mounts in a different position, you're probably better off using your old one. Your old one's not going to hurt anything because you want it out of the way. It was designed to be out of the way of any components. Which brings me to my next point, is when you go to test drive it, you want to make sure before you even drive it, once you put the wheel on, that the wires are not getting hung up on anything or pinched, because then you're going to be right back in the same boat and you're going to damage a brand new sensor. So we're going to go ahead, we got it all torqued down. We're going to go ahead, put the wheel back on, torque the wheel down, ensure that nothing is pinching or pulling on the harness here, and then we're going to take it for a test drive. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we put the wheel back on and we went for a test drive. We drove it a little bit and we still had the ABS or the VSA, ABS, whatever you want to call it, the brake light and the traction control light on still. So we did some further investigation. We found out, well, sorry I didn't show you guys. I'm kind of in a hurry. This is a customer's car. Usually with customers' cars, I'm always in a hurry to get it fixed and out of here, because obviously the customer wants their vehicle back. They have stuff to do. So anyway, sorry I couldn't take you guys along on this. This was quite a bit of diagnosing, investigation in this case. So what we did after we installed the wheel speed sensor, we verified that the wheel speed sensor was working properly here on our scan tool. So what we did, once we figured that was working, yes, I probably should have done this in the beginning. The only reason why is because that wheel speed sensor was sticking out at me, wasn't working properly. So instead of going further into diagnosing, if I don't have to, we went ahead and stopped there. But after we did that and we still had the lights on, what we did was where is it? Right here. We did a pulsar test for the left front, left right, left rear, and right rear tires, and our pulse was good. That's basically making sure our speed sensor and the magnet inside the axle is working properly, that there's nothing preventing it from picking up the magnet. Jeez, I'm all tongue-tied here. So that passed, and then we went to our left front VSA, right front VSA, left rear, and right rear. And basically what that does, you got to suspend the car up in the air, all four wheels off the floor, and then you activate it and you have somebody spin the tire, and then the ABS or VSA module will activate and lock up that tire. So that passed. So what we did find in doing that test is our right front tire, the caliper is sticking. It was sticking, so it prevented the tire from traveling smoothly or rotating smoothly. So what we did was we took the caliper apart. We noticed that the guide pins, it's a floating caliper, the guide pins were not lubricated. So we went ahead and lubricated them up really well, put it back together, and we had no more locking issue. The wheel is still harder to turn than it should be. So I do foresee in the future that the customer is definitely going to have to probably replace that caliper. We've been test driving the vehicle and we still don't have any ABS lights or traction lights on the dash as of now. We're going to do a little bit more driving just to see if that caliper is going to end up sticking. We did have that code for the VSA module malfunction. However, I don't think that's the case. We were able to actuate it with our scan tool and it worked perfectly fine on all four corners. It could be an intermittent thing where it's failing, but I highly doubt it. I do believe that caliper sticking is what is causing the further issue. But we have our left wheel speed sensor working perfectly fine now. So Just because you guys get a code for something doesn't mean that it's not something else. You can't always just go off the code. That just gives you an idea of what is going on. So guys, sorry I couldn't take you along for the full ride. Hopefully all that stuff makes sense. I'm probably leaving out a lot of stuff. But like I said, I'm in a hurry to get the vehicle back. The customer needs the vehicle to get home. So anyway, guys, hopefully that makes sense. At least now you know how to change your wheel speed sensor on a 2012 Honda Pilot. So anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys would like to be notified when I put out another video, make sure to hit that bell notification. And as always, guys, please subscribe to my channel for more informational videos and DIY projects. And as always, guys, until next time, have a good one.